Many times I heard about the tradition of Saint Thomas in India, and many people believe that Saint Thomas came to India, and many people denied that Saint Thomas came to India. But today I'm going to show you some of the proof that Saint Thomas did came to India. And number one is about the migrants of Syrians and the Western traditions and the Indian tradition. So first of all, let us look at the Western traditions. In the book of Acts of Saint Thomas in the 3rd century, this book support that Thomas came to India. And church fathers before the Nicene Creed, like Origen's, Clement of Alexandria, Eusebius, they don't actually believe that Thomas came to India. Instead, they believe that Thomas came to Parthia dynasty. A Roman theologian like Hippolytus, they believe that Thomas did his ministry in the Parthia dynasty, that is in the western Iraq. And the Parthia dynasty is a very big dynasty. If you look at deep the historical and the geographical areas of that Parthia dynasty, India is also one of the included inside that Parthia dynasty. So let's look at the tradition of Indian. There are three traditions that supports Thomas came to India. Number one is Malabar in Kerala, that is in 52 AD, and number two is Mylapore in Chennai, and number three is Chaldin, that is in Iraq. In Malabar tradition, that is in Kerala, they believe that Thomas came to India in 52 AD and landed in Kuranganur. He first settled in the Jewish colony and preaching to them, and then later on he preached and do minister to the local people, and then he built 7 churches that are in the Ernakulam and Lapuza and Tiruvalla Ernakulam, and you can find in many places, and he established a lot of 7 churches there in Kerala. And then after that he moved into in Kanyakumari, that is in South India, and built half church, that is Arapali in 62 to 63 AD, and moved into Mylapore, Chennai, and then after to China. And after he came back to Chennai, and he was hated, and he was searched by the local people to murder, and then he was pierced, and he was killed in the Saint Thomas Mount. So today this is the Thomas Mount that he was dying in that particular areas. And this is the inside that and the exact place where the local people peels Thomas. This is the a kind of synagogues. It's a kind of a church, but it doesn't look like a church. This is a kind of a synagogues. And after they pierced here, as we all know that he was hated by many people, and in St. Thomas Mount he was pierced in this mountain. That's why they named it as a Thomas Mount. And he was hiding in a little cave, a little mount that is called a cave, and I'll not be showing here the cave today. And he was hiding there, and later on he died in the Mylapore and buried there in 72 AD, and he was dying there in. And some more we're gonna see is about 1288 AD and 1292 AD. There is Marco Polo visited to India, and then Nicola de Carmia, Italian, and came to India and saw that Saint Thomas tomb. So these people coming from outside and coming to India for trade or for any other reason, but they saw that Saint Thomas tomb, and some historians deny Thomas visited to India, like Basnage or Tillemont or James Hout. These historians deny due to the following reason, that are lack of transportations or lack of communications. This historian doesn't believe, because they said that there is a lack of transportation and there is a lack of communication. But if you look at that historically, later on when the Protestant missionaries came to India, they found out that the trade was there before Saint Thomas was there. So they found out that the evidence, some of the evidence like gold coins, it carried the image of Roman in the Calicut in Kerala. They found the gold coins that carry the image of the Roman king. And number two is the Sangam literature, that is 300 BC to 300 AD. So in Sangam literature, it is mentioned the Kraganor Harbor. And number three is King Augustus, that is the Roman king. They exchanges like spices. You know that South India is rich in spices, rich in pepper and a lot of things. They have been doing this transportation, this trade systems since for more than 3 or 4 thousand years back, even before Jesus Christ was born. This transportation has been already established. So those are the proof that it can be easily the transportations. So why Saint Thomas came to India? Number one is in 1834, numeral gold coins were excavated, and it carries Gundaphorus, that is the Persian king. So it carries in 20 BC to 1080, that is in the first century. Some people reject all this, and they say that there is no such documents, there is no such monuments, and there is no such tablets, and there is no any evidences that are in the North India. But that is actually false, because according to excavations, they found out that the gold coins that carries the Gundaphorus, that is the Persian king, that that itself proof that there was even a trade system between the kings, the empire to another empires, and there has been exchanges things like spices, like coins, like any other available items that they can share. So, so friends, these are the proof, or these are the evidences that we can find Saint Thomas came to India. Even though a lot of people reject that Saint Thomas came to India, but there are a lot of evidences, there are a lot of proofs that we can say that Saint Thomas did actually came to India. Thank you.